Namaskar friends, myself Deepak Kumar Rath. I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. Friends, on my regular episode that is very popularly known as Bhartiyata Ka Sankanad, today I will speak about an incident that is really very, one cannot digest and which is not acceptable in a decent society. And it's a heinous crime that has happened in Karnataka. A disturbing occurrence from the Belgaum area of Karnataka involved the gruesome killing and possible dismemberment of a Jain Muni or Jain monk, Muni Kamkumar Nandi Maharaj. The victim has been missing since this past Thursday, that is 6th July 2023. Friends, two suspects were detained by the police in connection with the incident, and the latter confessed they are being questioned by the police at this time in an effort to locate the monk's body. The terrible occurrence occurred where the revered Jain Muni 108 Kamkumar Nandi Ji Maharaj had been living for the previous 15 years in the Chikodi neighborhood of the Belgaum district at the Nandi Parbat Ashram. He presided over the Acharya Kamakumara Nandi Charitable Trust in the Belgavi district's Harkodi village close to Chikodi. His disciples were worried when he abruptly vanished on 6th July. They looked for him but they could not find him. As a result, Bhimappa Udare, the chairman of Acharya Kamkumara Nandi Charitable Trust, reported about missing person on the same day. An acquaintance of the deceased was given suspicion during the investigation, and as a result he was detained and interrogated. And in the end, the culprit admitted to that he had killed the Jain Muni. The culprits are Narayan Basava Madi and Hassan Dalayat. Mind you, the incident took place in Belgaum. Why I am talking this name? Let me tell you clearly. The dire repercussions of the Congress convincing victory in the 2023 Karnataka election are fourfold by the naked call for communalism and a fearsome picture for the future of this country. The actual incident took place in Belgaum, that is Belgavi, where a dispersed Muslim mob screamed Pakistan Jindabad, while the police silently watched it. And it is no surprise that the BJP calling Karnataka a safe haven for jihadi elements. And the incident is a current proof of that. And what it is saying now is evident on the streets of Karnataka. In fact, Congress regime has changed the peaceful state of Karnataka into Jihadistan. The Muslim mobs are freely roaming in the streets, and rerun of Siddharamaia's previous term is ongoing in the state. If you recall, from 2013 to 2018, violent Islamic groups were given carte blanche, free hand in Karnataka. They were doing all sorts of criminal activities under Congress rule. And again this has started. That is the most concern. That is what we want to highlight. Hindus were specifically targeted now for a death across a wide territory from Bengaluru to Bhatkal and from Kodagu to Kanara. And a few examples of Hindus who were killed by Islamic radicals for supporting Hindu causes like cow protection are Deepak Rao, Prashant Pujari, Sarda Madiwala, Paresh Mehta, Harish Pujari and Parvin Netaro. We feel frightened after reading about the specific anti-Hindu violence, murder and rioting occurrences that have been documented and publicized during that term of the present CM of the state. In a sense, Siddaramaya's infamous Tipu Jayanti served as a green flag that signaled the beginning of these acts of Islamic terrorism. And nearly every Tipu Jayanti was preceded by Muslim mob rampages, particularly in the Kodagu and Mangaluru region, that resulted in the deaths of the numerous Hindus. So unfortunate to see. Unable to intervene in the demoralized law enforcement apparatus that had become an observer of these incidents. Very sad too. The flood of Popular Front of India, that is PFI terrorists from Kerala into Karnataka, was perhaps the worst phenomena Siddaramaya's previous administration had unleashed. Each of the aforementioned murders of Hindu activists includes Muslims who are either PFI members or directly descended from its ranks. And overall, previously peaceful towns like Simoga, that was formerly the epicenter of Hindu culture in Karnataka, became hotbeds of Islamic terrorism now. And goons from the PFI and Social Democratic Party of India flooded the city, committed acts of violence and power, and then they easily retreated to Kerala. The cruelest twist occurred when the Siddaramaya government allowed a number of these alleged Muslim murderers to escape punishment. The picture above is a small representation of the Muslim appeasement tactics used by the former Congress government in Karnataka. And this, even if Muslim community did not vote in favor of it by such a large margin in 2013. It has now. The election for Karnataka Assembly in 2023 also indicates a hidden phenomenon that is playing out right in front of our eyes. See, these are the events. Again, these things are repeating. Again, those radical elements are active. They are involved in murder, rape, violence. Common men are murdered. Common people are again stagified. These also do not just apply to Karnataka, friends. Congress' historical drama of paying homage to figures like Imam Bukhari has reached its zenith. The election in 2023 in Karnataka effectively proved that it had evolved into a party that was both strongly anti-Hindu and somehow Muslim, two sides of the same coin. Its lust for power has driven it to the dangerous low point, and that same lust will drive it to take any drastic action. These actions might as well be beginning of the Karnataka story in the future. It is still time to take corrective measures. It is you who can make this happen and make this country Sone ki chidiya. People are waiting. People in India are always peaceful. They don't like violence. I implore you to think before you vote. Friends, common man gets a chance in a democracy to change the government depending on their actions, how they are working for the development of the common man, or how they are responsible to maintain the law and order in the sense. If in a democracy the voters or the common man will ignore such things, and if the political parties will allure you to vote for them instead of their acts against the norms of democracy, then the mother of democracy in the world, that is Bharat, will reduce, and the image of India will be sharply deepened. So it is our responsibility, it is the responsibility of the citizen of India to think about it. And Uday India, specifically Uday India, normally raises this sort of issues in different states and put before you the facts and we analyze the way India thinks. That is the specialty of the India. That's all for today. I again will request all our esteemed viewers to subscribe Uday India and share with your friends and push the bell icon to get yourself updated. Thank you. Bharat Mata ki Jai.